Hello Void, I'm Agitated Crane, and we will be teleporting to Hogsmeade, to our shop, which I think is this, right? We will sell our... I should have went... I'm being stupid. Okay. We will get another loading here. 1 second. I should have went first for the Chamber of Secrets, so I can identify all my unidentifiable loot. Hope for an upgrade. Or whatever. Yeah, look. We get a Renaissance cap.
Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before.
You want to chat?
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course.
Okay, never mind.
What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
Actually, perhaps another time.
I thought that he started speaking, so maybe he has some comments on quests or something like that, but apparently no. Okay, so we don't have any upgrades here. Do have slight upgrade here. Oh my god, seriously? Then I think the cap... Wow, okay. And it actually improves Defindo as well, which is better than Herbology. And the Derpil cap goes away as well. And then here we have nothing. And here we have nothing. Okay. So now we can go and sell everything. Okay. And I think it's right here.
It is wonderful to see you back here.
Hello, Penny. Do you miss your previous witch owner? What do I even need money for at this point? Who knows? What should make me buy some other like spellcraft or some bullshit for a quest? That guy who sells spellcrafts, by the way, I think I left like maybe 50,000 at his place. The fucker is renovating his entire house
You safe and
for
wondrous
my
travels.
hard-earned money. Fighting spiders is silly. Silly, I say. Okay, what else? So... quests. Let's go to Poppy. And apparently that's in Hogwarts. I think. Okay, and how do we... what would be the best way to get here? Probably through Beast's classroom. The last time we left her, her grandmother was probably abducted, right? That was the implication that she was implying. Jump. Okay, no. Fall in water. Look at that fucking GPS. It wanted me to walk all the way around. GPS here is broken. Hello, Poppy?
Oh, good, you're safe.
How about your grandmother?
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she alright?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's alright. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
Snidget. That's the bird, right? That can squeeze into whatever place it wants.
Exactly what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible.
Oh no,
It has
Snidget is the
rotational
one that
wings
was
allow it to dart
Quidditch.
quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, I'm confusing it with another bird, and I think, well, I should have realized that it's going to be a different bird because the other bird was related to backstory of Care for Magical Beast professor, not for her grandmother. And yeah, Snidget is the origin of Snitch. Why do the poachers care about Snidgets? Because it's fucking... She just said that it's believed to be extinct.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable.
Eyes too?
That's why they're
Oh my God.
believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If the poachers found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
Where exactly are these Snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much as...
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the Snidgets protected at all costs.
Sounds as if we need to go and talk to the centaurs.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Okay. So then we are going to see Sebastian in the Undercroft. Parkour. Okay. Still got wet. Run, run, run. Run. I have been playing Warcraft. And I created a bunch of Draktyr there. And by a bunch I mean 2. 1 warrior and 1 mage. And if you're familiar with that game, or in fact with Draktyr, you can glide by double jumping basically. And it's something that I have been trying to achieve here. So that's why I'm jumping around. Maybe even more than previously. Although I think I always preferred to jump around, so that's not just brain rot from Warcraft. It's me being a gamer. What? Spying? On my dark arts? Friends? Oh, it's horrible. I'm sneezing, I'm yawning, I'm crying. It's actually very close to midnight. But I decided to record one more episode.
Did you speak with my uncle?
Yes, and I may have fucked up.
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh?
Black would
That
be
relic,
happy.
dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What crest?
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and without a second thought she handed it to me. This will keep you safe, she said. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet.
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
Okay.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an owl when I have news.
Do we have anything unread here? No. So then we can, I guess, proceed with Gobbledegook. And the main story, which is I think it's, again, learn a little bit more about Ranrok. Okay, sure. Is he in the astronomer's tower? Oh my god, seriously. Couldn't have any personality, this guy. Just spends his entire time in the astronomy tower. Couldn't even get him to be like in our common room or something. Ravenclaw exclusive. If you are a Ravenclaw, you can find him in the common room instead of the astronomy tower. Whatever. Okay.
Hello there.
I need to speak with goblins.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak Gobbledegook?
I did. I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. Well, might this be dangerous?
I
Yes.
think he simply wants to show me something that involves Gobbledegook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
I don't
If
know why
Sirona
it would
trusts
help.
him, then I feel much better.
Why are we... Okay. Why are we sucking Sirona's dick so much?
You said you know Gobbledegook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
What is it about?
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
I'm not sure if he will even be able to speak it. But okay, sure, whatever.
Lodgok is waiting. Should we go?
Of course. I just want to
Teleport?
check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Okay. Never mind. Okay, all the way here apparently.
Always said that travel broadens the mind.
So while helping Poppy, I wonder if we will have to collect some of the snidgens. Snimgins. Hello.
A friend who speaks Gobbledegook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrok with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
You had no choice.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrok. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrok care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind.
I have comments.
Ranrok was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lodgok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak Gobbledegook.
Oh, Bagalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be Gobbledegook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ?
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read Gobbledegook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrok knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrok. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
Alright, so Morganov is the kid that the other 4 wizards got to learn ancient magic, right? Because she saw the pattern or whatever. And she, like, the story that we are seeing from her perspective is that she is beginning to Voldemort, right? It's the writers of this game are basically repurposing the Half-Blood Prince, where Harry learns about Voldemort through pensive, through memories of other people, right? So Morganov is, I don't know, maybe she won't be evil, but I expect she will be. But the idea here is that she creates a dark version of ancient magic or something like that, right? And the other 4, the keepers that have the paintings in the map room, they want to guard it, so they commission Ranrock's relative to create those repositories to trap this dark ancient magic, right? And now Ranrok learns about it, and now he can use it. So I expect that throughout the pensive we will learn that Morganov created this dark magic and that Ranrok is now using it. I seriously hope that there is going to be more to the story than this. I am already... I'm not sure if I mentioned it before that we are basically repurposing the plot of Half-Blood Prince with the pensive. But okay, sure, whatever. Now, wizards not allowing goblins to have wands. Doesn't that seem racist and evil? And like I know that the wizarding world has like its own issues, like for example with house elves, right? When Hermione learns about house elves, she's abhorred. Abhorred? She's furious because she basically believes it's a slavery, and yeah, it fucking is. It's even like brainwashed slavery. It's never portrayed in the book like the way it's understood by wizarding world, because like the way I think wizards see it is that those house elves, they are basically brownies, right? I think that's the term in English. And brownies, I'm not actually too familiar with specifically brownies, but I'm familiar with domovoi, which is I believe brownies equivalent in Eastern Europe, from where I am from, right? And so those domovoi creatures, they basically live in your house, and if they are happy, your house prospers. If they are unhappy, you get like a bunch of bad luck, basically. But the idea to make them happy is they also like help with chores around the house. They clean the house. They kill mice or whatever, right? And the way you keep them happy is by leaving some food for them and stuff like that. I think I'm not an expert, okay? It's just what little I remember. The idea there is that they coexist with you. They are basically squatters in your house, but they help you around because it's symbiotic relationship. One second. House elves, on the other hand, are different because house elves, wizards are ordering around, and they have Stockholm syndrome, and that's what Hermione also points out to, that they have a Stockholm syndrome, so they are following wizards, basically being slaves, wearing rags, and stuff like that. So it's a different dynamic. But I think what Rowling was trying to do is base house elves on those brownies, which I think brownies are the same thing as domovoi. A lot of cultures have similar. Would you even call it mythology? Fairy tales, stuff like that. There is an overlap, which makes you wonder if there is actually some stuff that actually exists like that, right? But anyway, the way she portrayed house elves, you have actually Ron that says, oh, they want to serve, they enjoy it. But then Hermione is like the other side of that coin, where she says, oh no, this is horrible. I had no idea that this is happening. And then Hogwarts, as supposedly like this progressive school, or the good guys, basically, they the house elves in their employ are happy, and Dobby gets paid, and it's actually the pay is offered to other house elves as well, but they refuse it. But the conditions there are good anyway, so it's not as bad as when house elves were serving some dark wizards or stuff like that. But it's still pretty messed up. Like, you would imagine that the whole thing about giving clothes, that has to be like some ancient magic contract, right? It can't be just, oh, if house elf has clean clothes, he gets free. That doesn't make sense. Like, it's and okay, I agree that a lot of spells or magical rules in Rowling world does not necessarily adhere to any fixed logic. There is a lot of this randomness, this kind of like wonder, and oh my god, so random, right? Oh my god, I get coughing fits with hiccups. Wonderful. But the clothes thing seems too specific. Like, it feels more like a contract. Which means that at some point in distant past, wizards enslaved house elves. At least that's how I'm viewing it. And then you have goblinses as well, and goblinses, they are not allowed wands. But why? They are bankers, they are allowed to work with banks, so they are obviously intelligent. They are allowed to smith some stuff. But yeah, wizards are racist. It's basically like, you know what, black people? You guys are not allowed guns. Only white people are allowed guns. That's basically what this is. Like, goblins are just another race, and to not allow them wands because of something. And how do you even enforce it? What if some goblin in some like distant land gets a wand in secret? Does that show up in on the radar or something in the Ministry of Magic, and aurors are dispatched to make sure the black people are not using guns? Is that what we are doing here? And then with Gobbledegook, yeah, it sounded horrible, and I kinda expected something like that. I think you have to hear the language spoken to be able to speak it. I think very few languages actually are spoken the way they are written. You need those. You need to speak it to learn it better and start using it better. So, like with me, for example, right? I suspect that I'm not getting any subscribers, not only because my commentary sucks, but also because people probably can't even understand me. And I suspect, like, my voice is maybe it's not as melodic as some other voices. Okay, that's fine, I probably cannot do anything about it. But also, I know that a lot of people are having difficulties understanding me. When I was at school, and I would have like the best grades in best English grades in my class, but my teacher would tell me like I cannot understand you, like your pronunciation sucks. And even I have like what 200 hours of Baldur's Gate. I have a shit ton of hours in World of Warcraft, and I'm counting stuff like what I was recording, right? I have many hours in Battle Chasers, Darksiders. For all of it, I tried to have some commentary and discuss the lore, the story, the gameplay. You might have your own views how insightful my commentary was. That's fine. But the idea is that I'm trying to speak the language almost daily. Well, actually, no, fuck that. I am speaking it daily, because even before this time when I'm focusing more on YouTube, even before that, I was speaking it daily at work, and my pronunciation is not improving. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's not improving. And so for him to learn the language just from books, I don't think it's possible. Besides, I may be misremembering this. I think we met one of the NPCs or some character in the side quest. Maybe it was the uncle that we were rescuing from the goblin seas for another student. I think someone mentioned to us that goblin language is very dependent on like, oh my god, I won't be able to even describe what I have in my mind. Not phonetics, but basically like you have a different ways to say stuff, and so the same thing can be said like multiple ways, and it would have like a different meaning. So that's that is not something that you can learn without practicing. So there is that, and then finally, when the guy spoke and the goblin was offended, well, he wasn't offended. He said like that doesn't even resemble a language, let alone that's not like a pronunciation issue. That doesn't sound as my language at all. You know what I remembered, and this is like a very deep cut. Maybe at some point I will do this for my channel. I don't think anyone would watch it, but I feel like I would have an insane amount of fun doing it. So I used to watch CW superhero shows. Lately, they have been very shitty. They have became very woke, and it's like at some point the storylines are just becoming disgusting. Like you have in Supergirl, you had like this planet that had toxic atmosphere, but only for men. So a team of all women had to go there, and they were awesome and stuff like that. There was a lot of stuff in CW, but when it first started, it actually, I'm hesitant to call it good, because it definitely wasn't good. Like the CGI was horrible, but I mean it's a TV show. What can you? I don't think you could have expected some stellar special effects from TV. So you had like terrible CGI. You had some weird battle scenes and stuff like that. But for a while, I did enjoy it. For a very long while. And actually, stuff like The Flash, I think I finished it. I think I did. Even the later years when I was like completely upset with what they are doing, there were like these nonsense characters, these made up people that were not from the comics. They were just like these diversity hires, I'm sorry to say. But even at that point, I still enjoyed Flash because it was pretending to be science fiction. Whereas the Arrow, it all started with the Arrow, right? And my friend enjoyed it more than I did, and because of him, I kind of stuck with it as well. And then it grew into this expanded universe with Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow I enjoyed as well. It's incredibly silly. It's very stupid. Also, by the end, a bunch of diversity hires, but I enjoyed it on some level. But yeah, back to Arrow. So Arrow, at some point, he was speaking Russian, and the actor, I think it's Stephen Amell or some similarly sounding name, he was unable to learn Russian. Like, I don't know who the consultants on that show were. I feel like the consultants on that show were not. I don't even want to say that they were not native speakers. I feel like they were native speakers just from a different country. So he would speak Russian, and the Russian would be like a little bit wonky, right? It would say like instead of this sentence that we have here, all you need to do is not be seen. It would be like, you be not seen must be, so, some shit like that, you know. You could still understand what they are trying to say, but sometimes it would be like weird, like they would leave something out or use some weird word to express something that would have been better expressed with more common word. And on top of that, Arrow itself, Oliver Queen, could not speak Russian at all. And I think this was the very first time that I needed subtitles for Russian. And yeah. By the way, as I said, I'm from Eastern Europe, but I'm like, I would say I'm half Russian. So I know. I wouldn't say I'm too proficient with it, because I moved out from my hometown when I was very little, and so it's kind of like, okay, we are tangenting very hard. So I'm half Ukrainian, half Russian, and I grew up in this small town in Ukraine, and I would speak both languages. More dominantly Russian, because it's in the east of Ukraine, which you may not know this because the modern propaganda is saying something different, but east of Ukraine has very large Russian population, and even the Ukrainians there, they speak Russian as well, because it's more widely spread language, and it's also more people speak it, right? So in school we were taught both Ukrainian and English, but at home I would speak mostly Russian, and then the way my mind kind of works is that if I cannot remember a word in Russian, I would substitute it with Ukrainian, and so I would end up with this very weird, not just me, like my whole family, and also like my friends around, and I guess all the people in the town, they would end up with this Frankenstein of a language, where you have some words you have in Russian, some words you have in Ukrainian, and some words you have in English, and it's kind of like, okay, we are talking the same language, but somehow we are not speaking the same language. So it's kind of like, okay, we are we are tangenting very hard. So Arrow, Oliver Queen, could not speak Russian at all. And I think this was the very first time that I needed subtitles for Russian. And I would say I'm half Russian. So some words you have in Russian, but phonetically you would speak them as in Ukrainian. So it's really messy, right? But when I was little, I moved to Czech Republic, and I started going to Czech school, which meant that I no longer was learning to read and write in Ukrainian or Russian, but I started to learn to read and write in Czech. And because I moved when I was very little, my Russian and Ukrainian are on that speaking level. Like if I wanted to write something in proper Russian or in proper Ukrainian, I would struggle. Even if I wanted to speak in clean Russian or clean Ukrainian, I would struggle. But I have no issues understanding either of the languages. I started to have some difficulties lately with Ukrainian because they started to invent a lot of words, and also they I feel like they bastardized the language. But that's, I mean, that doesn't matter. So yeah, I understand both languages. And so when Arrow started speaking Russian, it was hilarious. Like, it was hilariously bad. It's he spoke Russian worse than I speak English, which is which is saying something, right? So yeah, I felt Lodgok here when he heard Amir speaking, because I also do not believe that Stephen Amell was speaking some kind of language. The way he was pronouncing stuff, it was horrible. So yeah, that was my TED talk, and we can continue with the story, I guess.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Okay.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
So this is what, a stealth mission?
What are Amit and I to do again?
Remain unseen to pass through the enchanted doorway to the mine. Once inside, study any plans you may find.
Okay.
Amit and I can do this. Revelio.
I'm quite good at sneaking about. You'll see.
Okay. So I'm guessing this is going to be a stealth mission, because he said that he doesn't want goblins to see us either, because that would trigger Ranrok, or let Ranrok know basically that that's
The
that
door
he
is
has
looking at us.
something to do with this. Also, this is the same door, the same eye that we had on some chests. So I guess that's the same goblin technology. How do goblins open it, though?
Books
Like, if it
so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
Revelio.
like if you, well, I guess maybe if you have like a special key, but no, that doesn't make sense. Okay, so if you have a door that has an eye, and that you can only open it if you are invisible, what is the point of the door? It kind of makes it easier for thieves to access it than regular people. Like, if you are a regular goblin miner, what do you do to open the door? Like, that, does it look at you and then it says, okay, you are the owner of this mine, you can pass? Is this like a face control that type of thing? Like a face ID?
Revelio.
I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
Surely you have met other goblins before. Like, you have been
Revelio.
to the Gringotts, right? You had to be. Okay.
Revelio.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Look at this guy. Alright, so we can kill this. It will do something. Ah.
Revelio.
Why can't
Accio.
I-
Wingardium Leviosa.
And because it probably fell under the floor.
Revelio.
Okay, so we did that, I guess, and now we can proceed. We apparently cannot read or make Amit read anything about goblin history here, so that's also
I've
disappointing.
read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Okay, don't be too excited.
Accio. We'll need to get across this gap somehow. Revelio. Accio. We need to be careful. As I'm sure you know, not all goblins are as friendly as Lodgok, to say the least. Revelio.
I'm guessing Amit will teleport eventually, right? Maybe.
Matter of time till Ranrok sets things right.
Petrificus Totalis.
Watch your step round here. Sworn.
Petrificus Totalis.
That was a little...
We're being watched. I'll get us through here safely, Amit. You have my word. Revelio. Accio.
Okay, what does that supposed to do? Who knows? Maybe it would have triggered something if I
Revelio.
didn't use Petrificus Totalis on everyone. Who knows? Who knows, I say. Oh. Now maybe it will do something.
Accio.
Yeah, now it does something. What does it do? Oh, this thing goes like that way. I think it opened this. Right?
Revelio.
Yeah. Can I not Batman this?
Accio.
Come here.
Guardian Leviosa.
Thank you.
Revelio.
I'm guessing I won't be able to parkour over the railing. That's so slow. So let's just continue this way.
I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Do tell me which books did you read?
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
Bound to be plans around here somewhere.
Revelio. Petrificus totalis.
Moment. Over here!
Glacius. Defender.
So I have expected that I'm not supposed to be seen, but it looks like it doesn't matter. Because we are killing them anyway, right? Oh yeah, this is definitely more humane than using Imperio to kill.
That's the last loyalist.
Make them.
Unfortunately.
Revelio.
I'd imagine most goblins to be brilliant and kind.
To make them slit their throat. Whatever. Whatever game. Okay, several places to go.
A schematic? They're building something. I can't quite make it out. Curious. There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
This thing here does not lead anywhere, right? Oh, no, actually it has multiple ways to go as well. Wow, seriously? Just walking?
Revelio.
Taxi over? Okay. Okay, game. I see how you do.
Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
There you go.
Fascinating to see Gobbledegook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. Let me know if you
Revelio.
see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Just stealing everything. Okay. And then down here we can proceed
Revelio.
this way, and I think that's the only way that we haven't gone yet. Sure, it's going to be fine. And so then we don't have to sneak, we can just fight them. I guess if we kill them, they cannot report on us.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Okay.
Potato! Stupefy! Glacier! Defendo!
Not so well for you.
Easily diverted.
Potato! Stupefy!
Pity. Not quite.
Glacier! Defendo!
I won't rest until you're dead.
The man just exploded.
I will make you.
Not quite.
Let's get this over with.
That was meant for me.
Stereo!
Get have fun.
I won't rest.
Defendo! Potato! Accio! Glacier! Oh, this really is too much. Revelli.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had.
It really fucking isn't.
Revelio.
Although maybe it is for him. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. So away we go.
Another schematic. What are they going to build? This mine is too small for whatever it is. Defendo. Accio.
I am not actually sure what this would do. Oh, it will do this. Which actually opens the door to the main area, I think. However, we can go
Revelio.
up here, I believe. Yes, yes, this is a new area. Well, newish area. Okay.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Again, like I'm not sure why I'm doing
Revelio.
this. I don't really care about all this stuff that I'm doing. Parkour. And we can actually go this way too.
Revelio.
Which will show us that there is something hidden there. Okay.
Revelio.
How to destroy those.
Revelio. Devil's Snare. Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
Not an entanglement we need right now.
Lumos. Lumos.
Just go clean
Revelio.
all of it so it doesn't show up in my radar when I
Lumos.
look for stuff.
Revelio.
Okay.
Petrificus totalis.
I know I heard something natural.
No need to fight them. No need to
What was
fight
that?
them.
I feel as though I'm not alone.
Revelio.
Is somebody there? Hello?
Okay, only a couple left. Now how would I... Okay, by going through here. And walking around.
Huh? Who is it?
Petrificus totalis.
It was nothing. The wizards will be defeated.
How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, Amit. Revelio.
Okay, that was stupid. Stupidly easy. We came from there. So we can explore here. Okay. That's the thing I saw from the other side.
Revelio.
There is nothing there.
Defendo. Accio.
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we?
Confringo. Revelio.
This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
We have already saw those drills, no? Around the world. I guess it's because I'm not playing it correctly. I should have learned about those drills here first, and then I would have seen them in the world. But I first saw them, and now I'm learning about them, and it's... I'm going to be honest, it's not that impressive, because it's... like I already knew about it. Okay, what did it actually do?
Revelio.
Oh, it opened this elevator. Okay. But then... I guess that's where we are going. Okay. Whatever. Amit, you are staying... Okay, never mind.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
Can we? I'm sure there is going to be another big fight soon. Like maybe with a troll.
Revelio. We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
1 second. That's...
Revelio.
Someone's here.
What is that? I think that's the grid that we used to enter something, maybe. This away.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Now you too can have pointless globes in your room of requirement.
Revelio.
Who was the guy that saw us? Ah, whatever. Maybe he's here by the exit?
Can we please talk about what just happened?
What? Are you not comfortable with killing goblins?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
What was his point? Like, I get that we were reading goblin plants or whatever, but most of them had pictures. We could have figured this stuff without him. I feel like he was pointless.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrok must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it.
Was this
She
the
was
wife
certain it
of
was made of
Fig?
goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yep.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she'd been killed.
You think Ranrok murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrok, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrok never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrok learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war.
So I'm guessing it's going to be under
I will
Hogwarts?
find out what Ranrok knows. Watch for my owl.
Like, see, this was nice. Like his story about Miriam. I wish we had more of this. Like, but okay, we get what we get, I guess. Okay, so I will be ending the episode here. It's slightly shorter episode, but it's late and I'm kinda tired, and I've been going on the tangents about Arrow, so at this point I don't think we should continue. Next time we will go back to Sebastian and figure out maybe Abracadabra, maybe it's just going to be something else. Does not matter. But wait, isn't this Overlook as well? No, not at all. It's like on the opposite side of the map. Anyway, yeah, I'm ending the episode here. Hope you're having fun. Like, look, the game is not entirely bad. I'm sure if I played it with a friend, I would have enjoyed it. We would have been trying to collect all those collectibles and stuff like that. But now that I'm trying to focus more on games that have a story that I could engage with a little bit more, I would have preferred a different type of game. And again, I'm just repeating myself. It's two games stitched into one, and that means that neither of those two games are complete. Anyway, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.